everybody. Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group, family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast.
Freedom through passive income.
That's right. And as you can see, we have some extra special guests here. We've got CJ and Ben. Ben, you've seen probably on some of our other episodes, but we finally pulled CJ away from his phone long enough to come in here and do this with us. But this is a meet the team. And so I'm going to hand the microphone off.
Yeah, so this is our investor relations team. And I'm super excited about CJ coming on here because CJ's been featured on our Real Talk podcast a few times, right? Yeah. And then Ben has been doing us a favor because we've got so much going on. He'll email me and go, "Hey, Danny, what if we do this?" And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So thank you both for being here. So I wanted to talk with you guys, have you really speak to everybody who listens and watches the YouTube channel, because every time people talk to us, they go, "Gosh, Flip and Danny, we feel like we know you so well." And I was like, "Oh, we need them to get to know you guys so well." So CJ, do you want to tell us about your journey in real estate, why you love multifamily, just anything that you want to share?
Yeah, of course. So my name's CJ, and I really came to real estate because I was obsessed with personal finance. And I think as you go down that journey, you start realizing that a lot of people have real estate of some sort or some sort of interest in it. And that, eventually led to me getting my first rental property, and it's really snowballed from there. And our relationship started from me coming to an event, wanting to learn more, and it's really turned into just helping investors invest their money and make money on their money, right? Freedom through passive income.
That's
and
right.
I absolutely love it. And I look, some people would say us being investor relations that we're salesy, we want to take your money. And I don't think of it like that at all. And I don't think our conversations are. It's so much educational. And that's what I almost feel like a personal financial advisor, because we're able to talk about taxes, talk about self-directed IRAs, like all the different ways that people are investing their money. And I just absolutely love the conversation. So it's a great role to be in.
I love you in this seat because you are so passionate about personal finance and educating other people. And I just love that about you. So tell us about conversations that you have on the phone, how you've been able to help investors, anything along those lines.
There's so many different experiences. We have people who were business owners that have maybe recently had a sale and they have excess cash and they don't know what to do with it. And it is just sitting in their account, losing money to inflation. And we are able to help them take large amounts of capital and put it to work and get double-digit returns. But, some of those are great stories, but they're people who already have a lot of money. I think one of the things that I really like about you guys in this company is we're trying to bring as many people along for the journey as we can, and trying to make, bring some of the small people that haven't accumulated that much wealth yet along the journey as well. And having those lower minimums for some of our investment types, educating people how to convert a IRA to a self-directed IRA, and, just make their first investment really of their own decision has been so special to me to help people, get started along that path.
I view that as you're actually changing people's lives, the course and the trajectory, right? Because they didn't know what to do before they talked to you. Whereas other people who have lots of capital, they know they need to place it. They just needed to find the team to place it with. So that's great. Okay, last question. What does freedom through passive income mean to you?
Well, freedom through passive income is what I've been, striving for the last decade, and made significant progress. But I think the idea is that you eventually get to a point where your money is making you the money that you need, right? And you have the freedom to spend your day as you see fit. And I think even if that is doing the exact same job, right? For me, if I, have that, I hit that number, I still want to be doing something along this lines where, because I really care about it and it's educational and it's helping people, but you have the ability to make that choice. And I think choice is what that freedom through passive income really comes down to.
Man, powerful. I love it.
Love it.
Thank you, CJ. All right, Ben, tell us about your journey, your love for real estate, just whatever you want to share.
Well, my journey started with just as far as with the Freedom Companies. I've known Flip and Danny for many years, and we started speaking again last year. We met up a little bit in Viera. And did you order coffee that morning?
No, I did not.
I did.
You did.
I
you
had
did.
water.
Yeah.
So anyway, we became interested and invested. Before I joined the relations team, we went ahead and invested in several of the different syndications, and was really excited to be able to be a part of the conversations that CJ just explained here that we get to have with many of you. So being able to be a part of the team and be able to, constantly learning about new things that we invest in. But it's been a real pleasure to be able to talk with people about their financial journey, answer some of the questions, and be able to give them some direction and clarification on what it is that they want and how they can get there.
Yes. What I loved about your story is that you were an investor first, right?
Investor first.
You actually invested in the opportunities that we have, and then got invited onto the investor relations team to help others do the same. So I think that's an integral part of your story, and thank you for sharing that part. Tell us about your investor phone calls, like anything that you want to share in terms of things that they ask or things that you've been able to help them with, because I won't say their name, but I recently got a private Facebook message saying, I just wired my money. Thanks so much for connecting me to Ben. And they were so happy. And it was, to your point, it was an investor who they've been sitting on their money. They didn't know what to do with it, right? And this is their first opportunity to get started. So anything that you can share about what you think has been powerful about the connections that you're making.
Well, it's great. It's fun to educate people. Wouldn't you say? I mean, answer questions that people are like, well, I'm not quite sure how this works. So there's a great satisfaction with that. For me, it's the clarification of what the trajectory is. And we spoke about in one of the recent podcasts. Sometimes people I know I'm supposed to be saving money. I put money into this account. And then, like, what happens from there? Well, the money's in savings. And one of the things that we can do is we talk to you about syndications, and we talk to you about the debt fund and some future products that we have coming up here in the next few months, is that it gives you an added level of clarity to say, okay, when I invest this much, I know what it's going to be 5 years from now. I know what it's going to be 10 years from now. And that clarification gives you great purpose. So we had an event here this morning. A lot of people are very active in real estate in different ways. And to be able to take a small portion of their investment, their savings, be able to put it into an investment and know 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now, if I choose to start cash flowing that investment, I know I can have X amount in each of these time spots. And that clarity in this world of uncertainty gives a lot of comfort, I think, to people, and it certainly does to my wife and I. So this has been huge for us to know, hey, look, in this one-time investment plus our IRA contributions in 20 years from now is going to create well over $100,000 a year of cash flow. So that has been the great satisfying moment. And again, as we talked about in one of our recent podcasts, all of us, the end game is passive income. And it's what you've been making great progress on the last 10 years. It's what all of us want to have, because at some point, either we're going to choose not to work or we're not going to be able to work. And at that point, the amount of passive income we have will directly determine the level of lifestyle that we enjoy on that. In helping people that we talk to on the phones clarify where, their plan of how they can get to where they want to go with a certain amount of certainty is very, very satisfying.
It is. It's exciting. I love it. So same question I asked CJ. What does freedom through passive income mean to you?
For my wife and I, because her family lives over in Europe, and so we have to travel a lot for our family, and you take trips as well. So we love travel. Our idea of what it means to us is that we can take an extended trip for a month or two, living in whatever part of the world it is. When we come back from this extended vacation, we have more money in the bank than when we left. And being able to, so that's one part of it. The other part is what you talked about, being able to spend your time as you want with family, with friends, because as time goes on, and I think many viewers are experiencing this, time becomes more precious as time goes on. So being able to choose the way we spend our time and not be confined by money to be able to travel, to be able to spend time there is what passive income is for us. And it's why we're so passionate about talking about it, is not just the money in the bank, it is the lifestyle and being able to pursue the values in life because of that.
Yes. I love that. And I'm so grateful that you guys were here. Thank you for being here. You can reach Ben at freedomcapitalinvestments.com. You can reach CJ at freedomrealestategroup.com. We're just throwing a little wrench in that a little bit, so make sure you understand.
In a little while. Need to change emails.
That's right. CJ at freedomrealestategroup.com. We'll put your phone numbers down there too, because we all connect to different people, right? And what I love is that you guys get to start sharing your stories and connect with different people the way that you guys do, especially. So thank you again for being here. Flip, is there anything that I missed?
Oh, I'm on here. Sorry. No, I think, but make sure you head on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join the investor club, and you'll see what these guys are up to. But also, make sure you go over to our website to check out our swag store, because apparently I didn't get the memo. They all have the swag on. I do not.
Swag and flag.
Swag and flag. There we have it. But then also make sure you're checking us out on all the social medias, because that's where they're at as well. If you have any questions, let's see if we can do this. It's on his shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you guys are in charge of the end, right?
Yep. Okay.
You go first. You go second.
All right. So we like to end all of our episodes with
invest smart.
Live happy.
There we go. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.